Good morning. I'm here at Fairlie. This is Fairlie train station down in Ayrshire. And that up there is Kaim Hill. And that's what I've come here to do today, is to climb up that hill and get the most amazing, fantastic views of Arran across the water. So let's go. Okay, when you get to the car park and you see the sign for the train station, you got this road here, this little pathway. And this starts the walk. So let's go. Once you cross over the little bridge, don't go walking straight up that road, because if you turn round here, the sign tells you that it's down here at the side of this house. A little bit muddy, so wear boots. Get down there. Beautiful. A very narrow path. And you're just going along the side of the water down there, down that little gorge. This is us now crossing over the railway bridge. Well, crossing over the railway on the railway bridge. And there's the station just up ahead. Single track. Let's go. It's great having the sound of the water as you begin the walk. It gives you that, look at that. It gives you that instant feeling that you get when you go out into nature, hearing the water. I believe there's a waterfall on this walk. I mean, look at that there. Isn't that absolutely spectacular? This is a fantastic walk. Now, it's a circular walk, which are always good. Because obviously it takes you back to your car, and according to some of the guides, it should take under 3 hours, 2:45, 2:50, round about that, if you're an intermediate like myself. But this is amazing, look at this. Look at all the leaves have all fallen. Look at that. Absolutely, look at all these trees. I mean, I'm literally not even 5 minutes into the walk and you've got this already. And the great thing about this walk, if you come on a day like this is absolutely crystal clear sunny day today, although it is very cold. Excuse me. This morning when I started my car early this morning, it was minus 4.5 degrees centigrade. But it's since risen to around 2 degrees centigrade. But with the sun, you can feel a slight bit of heat from the sun. I decided not to bring my coat. I've got 3 layers on anyway, so that's keeping me warm. I've got my gloves in my rucksack, got a flask of tea, sandwiches, biscuits, sorted. Look at that down there. Look how deep that is already. I've been in this walk before. It was many years ago. I think I've been a few times, but we're talking 30 years ago, about that. I totally forgot all about it. So I was looking up different walks and I saw this. And I thought, yeah, that's right, I remember I went in that one. Look at this. Look at all those trees. This is absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you can see just through the trees here, the hills. We're going up the top of them and hopefully getting the most amazing views of Arran. Now when I was driving along to come to the car park, I had a wee peek at Arran, and on the top of Goat Fell, which is Arran's highest peak, there looks like a little cap of snow. Not much, but a little bit. So hopefully when we get to the top we'll be able to pick that up in the camera, providing the sun hasn't melted it by the time we get there right enough. Anyway, I'm getting out of breath, talking and walking at the same time, so I'll see you in a little bit. I forgot I'd done this 30 years ago. I think I ran up it the last time. I didn't even think I was going to make this. Anyway, I did. And I've been rewarded. Because look at that view! I could sit here all day just looking at that. The panorama of it all. I mean, as every YouTuber says, on the camera, on your TV, your phone, or your laptop, whatever you watch this, they will not do this justice. It's mind-blowing. Anyway, packed lunchtime. Couple of cold meat sandwiches, flask of tea, and a few dark chocolate digestives. Do you approve? Would you eat that? What's your favoured packed lunch when you go hill walking or out walking? This is the life. Who needs IMAX cinemas when you've got this? Wee cup of Yorkshire tea. I'm 99% Glaswegian, 1% Yorkshireman. And this is the 1% right here. Oh, very nice. Aldi's brown sauce. To tell the truth, I can't taste much difference between that and HP. Maybe I've not got a refined palate. So as you probably know, I'm just a very small, I don't even class myself as a YouTuber yet. I just call myself a get out and abouter. But I've noticed recently that the videos on my channel that seem to have boomed are the ones in the pubs. So I want to thank everyone who's watched those videos. They seem to have took off. My latest one, the Clutha, it just got put on yesterday at the time of filming this. That's shot off to a great start, so thank you to all. I know there's some fellow Glaswegians living in other lands, Canada, Australia, New Zealand and Germany and loads of places that are enjoying having a look at their own, you call it stomping ground, that's the word. If you've ever been to any of the pubs, I've got 3 now in what do you call it? A group, what do you call it? When you group channels together, I've got 3 in the pub group anyway. And there's the Lauriston, and there's the Scotia, and there's the Clutha. I will be doing more. In fact, if you can make any suggestions, any pubs that you think's worth videoing, I prefer ones that have got a bit of history, ones that have been here a long time. But if there's anything unique or quirky about a pub, let me know. Gladly go along and do it. I'm always looking for suggestions. A couple of people have commented on my narration. Down in the River Clyde, that kind of stuff, you know. It's my YouTube voice. I don't talk like that to people in general, you know. You know, I'm the only soul up here. Not even any sheep. That either means I'm a pioneer or I'm stupid. I'd probably go with the latter. I've also noticed that the majority of my viewers are in the 65 and over age group. And what I'd like to ask you is, have you ever been down the water in the Waverley or any boat? Down the water. That's what we call it when we come down the Firth of Clyde to the different coastal towns. If you've ever done that in the past, let me know. I'd love to hear your stories. I love hearing stories of people, I genuinely do. When I was younger, my 20s, 30s, I used to always say to my friends in that, I love older people. Or I probably said, I love old people. Because I love hearing their stories. I love looking at photographs of people, their lives when they were young. Now that I'm older myself, I still appreciate it. I've got memories of my own now. But I'd love to hear yours. If you've got any memories of anything I've done on my channel, or anything you'd like me to do on my channel, let me know. I need to put the hat back on. I was too hot earlier, but I'm losing my heat rapidly, so I've got this thing on. It's fur lined. Just keep me right, nice and cosy. I thought I'd be okay wearing it because of the temperature. It's barely 2-3 degrees if it is that. Anyway, I'll take this opportunity to thank everyone for all your comments, all your likes, all those of you who have subscribed. If you watch my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you could just hit that subscribe button. It's absolutely free and it helps my channel to grow. I would really appreciate that, I really would. So I'm going to finish this packed lunch, soak in this view, and then head onwards. When you find a rock like this, it's just got to be sat on, isn't it? Oh, I mentioned at the start of the video about Arran having snow-capped peaks, that's the word, on top of Goatfell, but just see a little bit. It's not as spectacular as it was earlier on. I was driving at the time, so obviously I couldn't film it. I couldn't pull over. Oh, this is great. This is absolutely great, you know that? I mean, it's silent here. Apart from a little, I can just hear the little faint trickle of the stream down there. This mic probably won't be picking that up because it's noise cancelling, but very faint. And there's virtually no activity going on in the Clyde. Virtually none. In fact, I can't see anything. November, eh? Yeah, it's a crackery a day, so I had to get out. I think it's another lovely day tomorrow as well. These kind of cold days actually are quite good for this kind of walk, because when I was reading the reports on the walk, it was saying it can be quite muddy in places, so wear boots, but because it's so cold, the mud is frozen. It's like a hard standing walk most of the way up. Having said that, I did fall. I stood in a bunch of leaves and down a hole, and it feels alright. I thought I'd done my knee in, but I'm okay. I went down in slow motion anyway, you know, that way. So I had plenty of time to put my hands out and, you know. How does that happen, eh? Your brain must go into super fast mode, and so it feels as if you're falling in slow motion. Up in the distance there, I can see these wind turbines. Mixed feelings about them. I know they're providing a nice clean energy, but they don't half spoil the landscape. Not as bad as pylons, mind you. Pylons are right ugly things. And yeah, they seem to be just popping up everywhere. Arran is amazing. I've got a video on Arran, but I just went over as a foot passenger. Went to Brodick, went up to the castle grounds and sat up there. That is, if you've never been to Arran, if you come to visit Scotland maybe next summer, get the boat over to Arran. Highly, highly recommend it. And for all of you that come from this area and have been, you'll know how good Arran is. And it's such a diverse landscape for the one island. We call it Scotland in miniature, but you've got the rugged north up at Lochranza, with the castle, the whisky distillery, and you've got the kind of all the towns in the centre, Brodick there, and the Holy Island. Way down to the bottom. Blackwater Foot, you've got the standing stones of Macri, you've got the King's Cave. Easily spend a week there, easily, without getting bored. If you're an outdoor person, loads of places to visit. Some lovely walks. A lovely walk at what do you call it? I forget. You sit here all day, but because it's November, you don't get a great deal of daylight hours. The sun's there, so a wee bit to go yet. Maybe get a few hours, but not too many. So this walk, they tell you about 2 hours 45 to 250 minutes. 2 hours 50 minutes. But obviously I've been stopping and filming, and these shots where you see me walking by the camera, in case you don't know, you probably do know, but you walk by the camera and walk away into distance, then you've got to walk all the way back and get the camera, and then you walk. So you're actually doubling back yourself an awful lot. So I've walked a lot more than just, straight up here. Plus I've came the high road. You can go along the bottom of the hill. That's the shorter way. I think they say it's about 4 miles. 4.2 miles, something like that. But I've came the high road. Go over the top of the ridge. So, I need to love you and leave you, big rock. Thank you for providing a seat. This way. Look at this tree. It couldn't make up its mind what way it was let to go. Right, I'll grow up the way. No, I think I'll go this way. No, I think I'll go that way. I think I'll go up this way. I love the way trees sometimes go a funny route. Amazing. These trees are amazing. Look how that. So I've had to abort the mission. After sitting in that rock and telling you that because the ground's all frozen, it's making it easy to walk along, I packed up the camera, took a few steps onwards and stood right in a swamp, then stood my next foot in the swamp. So I ended up with soaking feet because my boots aren't waterproof. Well, no underwater they're not. So I thought, no, I'll just head back down. So hence, I'm back down in the forest again. Anyway, I'm okay. I got the view, that's the main thing. So doing this walk, the reward is the view at the top of the hill. It's absolutely amazing, as you've seen. So let's head back down. I mean, the path's great at this part. I could actually, as I was walking over the kind of wet grass, I could actually hear water trickling underneath it. It reminds me of, I remember hearing an interview with David Attenborough. Remember the famous documentary that he made about bats in a bat cave, and how there's a million bats all flying about and none of them hit each other and none of them hit him because of their great sonar. And then he said as soon as the camera switched off, a bat flew right into his face. That's usually what happens when you say something on camera. Switch off, then the opposite happens. I just love that river following you along the path. Lovely to listen to. I've spied something down here. You see what I see? Do you think of what I'm thinking? Am I too old to have a wee go on that swing? Oh, that doesn't look very good. Will it take my weight? Oh, nah, too old. See what I mean about all the walking? Look at the beautiful colour of these trees. Absolutely gorgeous. And look at that view. Isn't it spectacular? Anyway, I'm going to leave the video here, folks. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that little trip. Sorry I had to come back down. I'm sure you'll agree that it's a magnificent view up there. I highly recommend it. You could probably get up to where I sat in about an hour without doing what I had to do, got back and forward doing walk-by shots. But I highly recommend it if you get a day like this. Nice clear day where you can see over to Arran and see a great expanse of the Firth of Clyde. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.